Welcome to the Black Necropolis. Population too many established 1619, citizens shipped in prepackaged. Here lie the remains of the Black Wall Street. What's left are tears, gassed black streets, police cleats on the ground, not a sound can be heard. Their walls and ranks contain fear and tanks, martial law runs rampant. Dogs and pigs roam day and night looking for thugs, drugs, bugs, looking for innocents hell-bent on legitimate ways of killing in self-defense. Watch your back, because on it a target is painted bright red and it's open season. These pigs have been bred to slaughter, and in the absence of cameras, all deaths will be ruled kosher, approved by higher powers within the system as not breaking the law. Due to new resolutions passed, cameras will now broadcast executions on every channel. They allow every viewer the experience of a first-person shooter. City law requires full and unwavering compliance as the legislative, judicial, executive branch put the black man's life in danger to protect and serve the officer. Massa, sir? As you know, any unarmed citizen has a tendency to reach for their waistband. They might go for your gun, or they'll try to run. So in order to survive your stay, please check your melanin at the border, grab a dose of class and privilege, and please keep your hands where we can see them. If your mental capacity, persistent tenacity, or legal rationality renders you unable to do so, then there will be probable cause to fear for your life. You then no longer remain anonymous. The populace will lose consciousness. Police will exert their dominance and incompetence. As your death will ignite within politics. As you cross the river Styx, you become a citizen of the Black Necropolis. Hoodie. I would have turned 21 2 months and 11 days ago. But in 10 days, I died 2 months ago. I wore a hoodie, just had some Skittles and tea, but somebody thought I acted suspiciously, so they profiled me, followed me, killed me, and walked free. Never ever hear my side of the story. That's how it be. 6 people in a corrupt jury, mercy me. How can this happen in the land of the free? Well, it was near the home of a brave neighborhood watchman who thought that since he had a gun that he could be a cop. Man, I don't know, didn't they put a stop to that racism thing? Didn't it end with Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King? Because I don't see it. So it must not exist. In that case, it doesn't affect us. Why is everyone so pissed? So then they turn their blind eyes and say it's media hype and lies. They just ignore the cries of the Martin family. Even though it defies logic and reason, but please consider the facts and just read. Racial profiling is defined as judging based solely off a person's behavior, race, and appearance. And those 3 things apparently gave a man clearance to follow, pursue, and take the life of an innocent teen and then make up a story that has little coherence. But wait, I'm the one being mean, making a scene. I shouldn't intervene because I wasn't there, so I shouldn't judge. But GZ can walk free, even with an extremist judgment of character that left a guy dead. But to better understand, let's flip the script. So if my neighborhood has a history of someone like you, and who are up to burglary, I see you walking around and figure, you must be one of them. Does that give me cause to condemn? You know, what happened to common sense? Was it lost in the populace? Actions. To those about to say I act white, stop. Don't try to put out my light. I come from a great race of people, and to say that I don't be so narrow-minded or just plain evil. Now, define acting white. Educated, well-spoken, well-dressed, talented, successful. Define acting black. Dumb. Ghetto. Sagging. Stupid. How ignorant can you get? There's no definition of how a race acts. You cannot define a people, but people still need to be reminded of this. It makes me sick. Any of these traits can be, or rather are, in every race, in every people. So why do you imply that my people are not good enough to act like I do? Why must I be the exception? Why do you imply that another race acts better than my own? Why can't we all be equal? Oh wait, we are equal. Well, we're supposed to be. Under God's eyes we are, but not always in the eyes of humanity. You see, I strive to be an example of my history, of Dr. King and Booker T, but not just Black history, of all history, to be like Cesar Chavez, Fred Korematsu, Abraham Lincoln, because greatness is not limited to one race. But unfortunately, neither is stupidity. That man. What is he doing, that man, that man? He is a disgrace, that man, that man. A threat to the human race, that man, that man. He endangers our women, that man, that man. He lusts for our kids, that man, that man. He thirsts for blood, that man, that man. Nothing is right about that man, that man. He knows nothing of the light, that man, that man. What will we do about that man, that man? Throw him in the gas chambers, that man, that man. No, make him our slave, that man, that man. No, beat him and lynch him, that man, that man. Deny him his rights, that man, that man. Build a wall around him, that man, that man. Deny him his existence, that man, that man. Just take away his land, that man, that man. No, cut off his head, that man, that man. But just who is he, this man, this man? Why even ask about this man? He is just one who is different, this man, this man. Or rather, all who are different, this man, this man. The ghetto dialogue. That rules everything around me. Green getting dough, getting blowed. All my niggas sing. That rules everything around me. Green getting dough, getting blowed. All my niggas sing. Green. Green? The color of nature, it may surround everything, yet you speak about nothing. You're just running around in circles, enforcing the cycle, letting them wash your brain and stain it with the remains of the dark matters of history. Dark matters? Boy, green matters. I seen rappers meet Casper before they 18th passes. If I'm bound to be dead in the ground, I'd rather go wild out and do that petty shit now. Whether I'm high or I'm fly, I'm gonna have my head in the clouds. You're playing with your plain life, just getting as high as a plane, departing from any strife. Brother, words were spoken and chains broken so that you can live long and prosper, not carry cotton and say you started from the bottom. You know nothing of the depths of despair when your fellow man values more on what they wear or where they stare than the fares of their factions, the consequences of their actions. Nigga, please. Because my nigga ain't being sold, but they also ain't getting free. We slaves in different ways, but claim we live in peace. White man gave us drugs, they just forgot to give us ease, but somehow you didn't see, they said we was meant for streets. Our teachers ain't giving F, so next we turn to G's, and I ain't get to meet Mr. King, but Rodney's body's still in pain. We still oppressed with different things, yep. We still slaves to whips and chains. Damn, dog, we've been conditioned to live inside of the system, all right? Your future's only as bright as your freaking pigment, don't you get it? Brother, you have a way with words, and while they say the pen is mightier than the sword, if we be slaves, be a gladiator. Because they already got us thinking, ignorance is bliss, panem et circus, just keep the people happy and they won't stay focused on what is going on in the world today. But there is a way to fight back, because it ain't hopeless. You can break this chain around you, because you're bound for greatness if you open your eyes and realize you make your future win. you learn it's not controlled by white men. We had our eyes on the prize for most of our lives, so why should I try to make sure our hope will survive? Because if not you, then who? It starts one by one until the job gets done. Where am I supposed to start, though? I figured I was bound for bars, but if I'm just writing in a cell, that message won't go very far. You can be realistic, just try to be optimistic and do what you can to try and be a better man. Be a positive influence. Get rid of your insolence, because brother, I've been through it. You know what? I see what you mean, because frankly, I've been living too mean and I'm tired of being violent. The least I could do is try and make this right. And I can start by writing. Hey bro, check this out. We have to go and get up out here, please. The hood isn't good. Get off the block and think. We have to go and get up out here, please. The hood isn't good. Get off the block and think. That's good, brother. I like it. And just know that even though a system exists to feed minorities a pessimistic state of bliss, we can't deny our role in its allowance, but instead announce our intent to end it. Epilogue. We hope you've enjoyed your tour of the Black Necropolis. Please grab your free hoodie at the door. Enjoy your candies and refreshments. They may be your last. Be careful of how you speak, dress, and act. Don't distract yourself by conversing with the locals, especially that man over there, since there's no hope in the uneducated thugs that populate our town. But despite this, some strive to break those social chains and be more than just rappers gunned down in the streets. Maybe they'll challenge those false narratives and stop feeding into our pessimistic bliss, thinking they might end it. Maybe they're doing it right now by writing and speaking and hoping for a future where we don't have to worry about a thing, because everything gonna be all right. Yeah, we gonna be all right as long as we keep up this fight. Thank you.